Welcome to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. Jeff, DiVeronica and Steve Bradley with one of the top teams in Section 5 softball this spring. They will take a 15-4 record. Might be more better than that when you see this. Into the postseason. They are the Rush-Henrietta Royal Comets. And joining us, 23rd year coach Lynn Rotota, senior Olivia Sheffer, who's had a tremendous season at the plate. We'll hear more about that later. And also sophomore pitcher Kadyn Hartel. Is it Hartel or Hartel? Kadyn?
Hartel.
What is it? Hartel. Okay. Coach, fantastic regular season. Some wins over some of your rivals. A couple losses to one of your rivals, the Victor Blue Devils, who are having a bit of a surprising season, I think, based on some of the changes over there. But did you think this team had 15 wins out of 19 games in them?
Absolutely.
You did? Okay, you like this team.
I love this team.
Well, coming into the season, why did you like it so much?
We have a good core returning, and they put in the work outside of what we do at practice, and they have a true love for the game and each other, and they put the work in, and we've been really focusing on our mental aspect and believing that we could do it, because we definitely have the skill to do it, but I think sometimes we forget about believing in ourselves. And I think for us this year, that's been a game changer.
Olivia, as a senior, what you always want to play your last season, have it be your best season. And for you, that's kind of played out to this point. What's made it so special for you?
I would say like the girls always having my back and like cheering me on and just like pushing me to do my best. And when I go out there and I play, I want to play for them too, not just for me, because I also want to make them proud. So they're a big, like, important thing to me.
Kadyn, you're the pitcher. How many years you been on varsity, and how many years you've been the number one pitcher?
I've been on varsity since 7th grade, and I've been starting pitching since 8th grade because COVID year we didn't have a year, so.
So, Coach, you put an 8th grader into the circle, which is not always easy to do. What did you see in her as a young pitcher, 8th grade, freshman, whatever it is, in Kadyn that led you to believe that she could handle that? Because not every kid, and we've talked over the years, there's some seniors that cannot handle the emotions of being in the circle. But what did you see in Kadyn as a young player?
Kadyn, we like to call her the silent assassin, because she doesn't really say a whole lot, but she's just always focused, and she, I think one of her best attributes is she shows no emotion, and she just gets out there and she wants the ball, and she will work so hard out there for her teammates. And I think that's part of the reason why her teammates want to work so hard behind her. She's just she's quiet, but sneaky quiet.
Kadyn, how many different pitches do you throw?
I have a fastball, changeup, drop curve, changeup. Already said changeup, screwball, and curveball.
Do you have one that's your favorite, or kind of if full count, tight game, you need a strike? Do you have one that you would consider your go-to?
I'd say my curveball or my drop curve.
So, Olivia, have you ever tried to hit against Kadyn in practice? And how'd that go?
A couple times. I love watching her pitch. Like every game, like she's just such a good pitcher, and it's just like she makes it look so easy when I know it's like not. But she really does have a good curve, so I do give her that one.
Lynn, tell us about Olivia and what makes her so dangerous, not just at the plate, but all around force on the field.
I think Olivia's that player that I think every coach dreams of. Shortstop's not her primary position, and yet she has, the last couple of years, that's where we needed her to be, and she has embraced it, and she has worked her butt off for us there. And she's just that kid who's just like, coach, wherever you need me, or hey, we need you to run through this brick wall, and Olivia will be like, no problem, I can get that done for you. So she has a love for the game, and she works hard, and she's so much fun to be around. She just always has a smile on her face, and she's a very supportive teammate, and it's just fun to watch her.
She had a couple monster games too. She was our Bob Johnson Auto Athlete of the Week. A couple of, I think it was back-to-back 5-for-5 games. Olivia, you ever done that in back-to-back games? Had that kind of production like that? That's a pretty good season for some kids. What's been working for you this year? I mean, I know you hit like 370 or something last year, maybe more. But what's been the secret to your success this year?
Just like Coach said earlier, like we've just this year been working more on like the mental part of the game and just like having that confidence. And if you mess up, then just get right back up and do the next thing. So I just have been really focusing on the mental part of it and just knowing that I can hit the ball and just going out there and just being me as a player and doing me. So
Very cool. Steve, why don't we take a quick break, come back, talk more with Coach Rotota and the Royal Comets, who are certainly a contender here in the Section 5 Class A, AA, I should say, softball tournament. You're watching us right here on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show.
The best three things here at McQuaid are definitely the sports, the brotherhood, and the service to community. I think that's a really big, important thing that McQuaid stresses, which is part of creating a better and great man. You definitely feel a connection with your fellow students here. It's being all guy school. You're able to relate to each other on a personal level, and everyone's very welcoming here with open arms and willing to be your friend.
While we celebrate 140 years of serving our community, the kind of delicious joy that lasts a lifetime, we look forward to serving you for 140 more. With hardworking, wholehearted, passionate people who will help shape new memories for generations to come.
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors and Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors and Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
Are you looking for a place to create your greater story? Roberts Wesleyan University was voted the best undergraduate program by the Rochester Business Journal Reader Rankings in 2022. We're honored and humbled for being recognized as a top winner. Within every student is a transformation story in the making. At Roberts, you'll find an academically inspiring environment led by supportive, high-quality professors. You'll build upon your education and have opportunities to pursue your interests, explore career opportunities, and shape your future forward at Roberts, a liberal arts university anchored in Christ located in Rochester, New York. Apply now for fall 2023 at roberts.edu/apply. We'll get back to you within 24 hours once you submit your application. Bring your greater story to light at Roberts Wesleyan University.
Local McDonald's operators care about our local schools, teams, and student athletes. That's why they support the return of high school athletics in the Rochester area and around the state. See you before or after the big game at McDonald's. Welcome back, Section 5. Game on!
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Welcome back to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. Jeff DiVeronica and Steve Bradley. Getting close to the end of the 20th season of this program, Steve, and excited to be talking some Section 5 softball with Rush-Henrietta, which as we record this is 15-4. eyeing potentially a top seed in sectionals. And with us are sophomore pitcher Kadyn Hartel and senior shortstop Olivia Sheffer, one of the top batters in Section 5. I should say hitters because you don't just bat, you hit. And also joining us is our G&G Fitness Coach of the Week, Lynn Rotota is our Coach of the Week. I've never done this before, Steve. We're going to have 2 coaches of the week this week because they've just had that kind of season. And I don't think Lynn has ever been my Coach of the Week. So congratulations, Lynn.
Thank you.
Kidding aside, you were always very helpful when I worked for the Democrat and Chronicle in your capacity, not only as a coach, but as a Monroe County chairperson. So thank you for that. Where did you grow up? Who did you play for? And did you play college ball? I mean, how did you get this bug to play in coach softball?
Born and raised in Buffalo, New York. Go Bills. So I went to school in Buffalo. I went to college at Canisius, played there. Got my first teaching job in Rochester and lucky enough to get hired at Rush-Henrietta to coach.
Lynn, who are some of your coaching influences?
Wow. You know what? I've been really, there's been a lot of really great coaches. Gary Myers sticks out. You know, when I first started in Section 5, he was one of the first coaches that I met. He is a tremendous man, and all his players have been very lucky to play for him, and I've been lucky to have him as a mentor and a friend. So he's been one of the best. His wife has been great too, Erin. So it's kind of fun to have them. I think it's just not softball coaches. I came from a school who has a legend in Warner Kleeman, and he was first there when I started, and I still have some handwritten notes that he wrote me my first year coaching. He would sit in the parking lot and watch our games and our practices, and he was very complimentary and a great person, and very influential in, I wanted to make him proud, even though he wasn't an AD anymore, but he was just such a legend at Rush-Henrietta. I've just been very fortunate to know him for the time that I had. So I think he's a big influence as well.
Kadyn, how does she make practice fun? How does Coach make playing for Rush-Henrietta softball fun? Because I know she does. How does she do it though?
She makes a lot of good drills for us. They're very helpful and they contribute to the whole team. And she works separately with the outfield and the infield, which also helps us a lot. And mentally, she coaches us mentally a lot, and it's helped us as a team grow. And yeah.
Olivia, how many years have you played for Coach?
I think this is my 5th year.
Okay.
So
I'll ask you the same question. What will you remember 10 years from now about? What's the first thing that'll come to mind to you when you think of Coach Rotota?
I think I'll remember she was always big on team bonding, and us, besides the game of softball, us also like creating that bond with the team and always just like that sisterhood type thing. So I think I'll remember that because they're players from a couple of years ago that I still keep in touch with and are still my close friends. So
very cool.
Lynn, as we tape this, we're getting ready the regular season ends on Wednesday of this week. Postseason becomes the second season. Your team's had a great regular season. Are there any things that you would like to polish up or touch up to make that run to possibly getting that sectional title? Any areas of just, focus?
Yeah, I think you look at we've had some close games, so we definitely need to look at the international tiebreaker. We haven't, it's one of those things that is always there, but I usually don't bring it into practice until sectionals. But we've had a couple extra inning games that we've come very close to having to use that. So it's definitely an emphasis for us to make sure that we understand how we want to handle it and have some pressure with it. So that'll be a focus for us in practice. You know what? Our team is a very loose team. They're serious when they need to be, but we have a good time. And I think we're just going to stay the course, and it works for us. It works for our kids. And, when we step between the lines, we're serious and we get our job done. And, we have a little fun along the way. And Make sure that the bench is stocked up with our Swedish fish and our
I was going right there. I was about
our
to say, I
Sour
bet you
Patch
she brings
Kids.
snacks to practice, because when I would cover Section 5 championship softball games, and most of the time Rush-Henrietta wasn't playing in them, so Coach was in the press box with me, she would always bring great snacks. If I'd
Yeah.
probably finish off a whole bag of peanuts with
Yeah.
and the coach brought. So
We're definitely snackers, and we're definitely eating a lot of candy this year. So I'm sure there'll be some dentists in Henrietta who are pretty pleased with that.
Kadyn, and Coach, I want you to talk about some other players on the team, but let's start with your catcher, Kadyn. Elizabeth Gleghorn, also a sophomore. Have you both been up on the varsity, kind of cutting your teeth the last couple of years? Tell me about her strengths as a catcher, Kadyn.
She is definitely one of the best catchers I've ever had. She calls all my pitches and all my games, and she's a great hitter as well. And whenever I'm down, she brings me up, and she's an amazing player and person.
And Jeff, it's really been an amazing spring too at Rush-Henrietta. The girls lacrosse team broke through in one sectionals last year. Coach DeWall we had on a few weeks ago. Olivia, what would it mean for this team to break through if you were able to win that championship?
I mean, it would be a dream. I've been on this team for 5 years, and we just have always lost in the semis. And this year I have like a really good feeling about it. And it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a good feeling, and we have a good group of girls, and I know that we can do it. And I just feel like we can do it. So.
Well, we all know it's you got to be best on the day, right? I mean, 6-5, you beat Schrader, and then I think they beat you 6-5 also. It was a 1-run game, and you lost early in the season to Victor 9-4, and then a tight one April 26th, 2-1. Fairport beat you 6-0, but then you beat Fairport, I think, by a run 4-3. So some tight games. How do you keep them loose, Lynn? You said that they're a loose group, but I mean, is it just sugar? I mean, just you keep feeding them the Swedish fish, or what?
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, it's just them. I think I'm not at least I hope I'm not. I don't try to be a coach. I'm not someone who can. I'm not a yeller. I'm not a screamer. I try to keep them loose and remind them that they can do whatever they set their mind to do. And what Olivia said earlier, where if someone makes a mistake, we try to flush it and move on to the next thing, because it just sits there sometimes, and one mistake can lead to another. And like you said, on any given day, it's anyone's game. So we just try to go one pitch at a time and see where that takes us.
Okay, knowing that Coach played college ball and has that kind of credibility, what does that mean to players, knowing that she's kind of walked in between the lines, like you have, probably faced similar situations that you have? How does that help your team?
I feel like her giving us the experience that she has makes us a better team by obviously like mental mindset and the drills she does in practice, and just keeping us together as a team bonding. It just helps us as a team bond better and become better players.
You got to remember, though, when she was playing softball in college, they used like, leather softballs then. It wasn't even like real softball. Wooden bats, probably.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
23 years. Hey, you're younger than me, so whatever. No, kidding aside, wish you the best of luck. It's been a lot of Fairports and Schraders and Victors over the last decade. And no offense to any of those three programs. You're great programs. But as a sports writer, I used to say this, and I never really promoted it too much, but I always like having new winners and new stories. And it would be a real cool story for Rush-Henrietta to break through. So we wish you the best luck. I wish everybody the best luck. I have no rooting interest in AA. So, I want to have your coach on for sure, because she's been good to me over my career. And I don't know how many more shows I got left in me. So, Coach, thanks for being on the show. And
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for always helping us promote and write about softball in the Democrat Chronicle. I was there for a couple of decades. So, back when you used to actually see coverage in the paper. I did it. Sorry, Steve. I had to do it.
You did it.
Anyway, girls, thanks for being on the show. Kadyn, good luck to you. Oh, wait 1 second. Coach, I forgot to ask you this.
Yeah.
Tell me about some other plays on the squad real quick.
Oh, let's see. I mean, there's a bunch. You know, what's nice about them is every day someone else is stepping up. You know, we talked about Liz behind the plate, tremendous softball mind. Like, she studies the game and, you know, utmost confidence in her back there and calling the game for Kadyn. Sammy Williams, another senior at third base. She's having a great season for us over there defensively. You know, we have two of our outfielders made the jump from Mod A to varsity this year because we didn't have a JV team. Chloe Smith and Lizzie Ranella, and they're doing a great job. We got Katie Militello, who, you know, steps up for us when we need her, and Robin Bond is making some great plays for us over at first. And we have Little G out in the right field, and you know, we have another senior, Emily, who comes off the benches, is a good bat for us. And, you know, Kaylee Hartman, who's another 10th grader who made the jump from Mod A because we didn't have a JV team last year. So I'm just so proud of all of them. And it just seems like on any given day, any one of them can step up and provide what we need that day. And it's just been an amazing team experience for all of us. So I love this group of kids. I usually love most of my kids, so that's great, but they're just so fun this year, and you know, it's nice.
From mod softball to varsity, that's got to be a tough jump. So, well, good for them.
Yeah.
Katie and Olivia, thanks for being on our show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, Coach. Great seeing you in person again. And
Great seeing you.
I'm gonna, if I'm not working and you're in the finals, I'm gonna be there.
Okay.
All right.
Look forward to it.
You hold me to it.
And will you bring Sour Patch Kids?
Always Sour Patch Kids, always Swedish Fish on the bench. I can feel the cavities growing right now in my teeth.
Drop some Skittles. Do they Skittles into a Mountain Dew before the game? That'll give you a little jolt. For Steve Bradley and our producer Joe Brott, thanks for watching us right here on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show.